What's up, Hip Hop Origins family? We are here today with film director and friend Ray Landski. What's up, Ray? How you doing?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Hey, listen, I'm in the building, just it's a blessed time right now. It's a blessed time right now. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's a blessed time right now. So, that's what.
The energy is right now. Like this whole year, we've been celebrating 50 years in hip hop, and yesterday, marked the 50th year in hip hop, and it just was like so surreal. All the things that I've been seeing online, but close to home is you, and you've been really busy, over the last few years, and I'm sure since the beginnings, and we're going to talk about all of that, because your story in hip hop, your origins in hip hop are from New Jersey. So we're definitely going to talk to you a lot about that today. Film director is what I said, y'all. Usually we have an artist, some rapper, or maybe a producer, but a film director. So we're going to take it a little different level. We're in a different studio. And so I'm definitely excited to be here with you. Before we get into anything, though, happy birthday. If I didn't say it properly, happy 50 years hip-hop, because that's a big deal when we think about the origins of hip-hop, and that's what hip-hop origins is all about, talking about that root, that essential essence, like what brought us here 50 years, later. So it's a big deal. And so we just want to make sure we give our salutes and kudos to the DJs, kudos to the rappers, kudos to the graffiti artists, kudos to the break dancers, kudos to who else is involved? Everybody, the business people now. We got businesses now, film directors now, like so many different parts of hip hop. So we thank everybody for the contributions to the jam, for real. All right, so what did you do yesterday to celebrate hip hop?
I'm gonna be honest. I was swamped out from the whole week. I've been to Rock the Bells. I've been to the Book of Hove. Still working between. I'm still a barber, of course. And I'm currently editing part 3 of the documentary.
Wow. Wow. Yep. And you're he said editing. He didn't say he's about to shoot. He's editing. So you have been very busy. I think it was 2022 when I was introduced to this work, and you invited me to see the first part, which was incredible. Because that's when we were home, pandemic, and we was outside, but we wasn't really outside, and so you were utilizing new and inventive ways to bring people into a theater. In the metaverse is how I saw the first. You gotta respect the legacy.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So, shout out to my guy Malcolm Williams of Tech Organic, the VTech, who put together the metaverse room for You Gotta Respect. Yeah. It's actually a virtual hip-hop museum dedicated to Jersey as well. It has a picture of Biz Markie, even though he wasn't from Jersey, but Biz showed Jersey a lot of love.
Yeah, so big shouts to that, because that was just in a different style of doing a premiere. Like I was like, to me it was just incredible, and I know everybody that was there was like, what is going? This, and it was incredible. Like you had to set up your own person. You really had to embody that whole space, and it made me think. Like these are new and inventive ways, and that's just again hip hop. That's how we do it. When our back gets to the wall, like hip hop teaches us, like there's other ways to do things. So, big ups to everybody who was a part of that and who made that happen. Right. And I'm so glad I got to see it, because that particular part 1, won an award at the Newark Film Festival, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Newark International Film Festival. Part 1 won for Best Documentary. Thanks to the Most High.
Yeah. That's definitely a well-deserved accomplishment. And I know that had to feel so great coming out your first, the first part. You know what I'm saying? So, what's first? Well, let me back up a little bit so people can really get to know who you are, so we can even understand how we got to you being a director of this award-winning docuseries, right? So, like I said, the origins of hip hop is what the show is. What we do at Tempo, right? That's what we teach and we're talking the origins. What are your origins in hip hop? How did you get your start? Like, what was your first hip hop moment.
Believe it or not, I was born in Newark, but I was raised first in North Carolina. So after I was born, maybe a few months, they shipped me to North Carolina. And growing up, my first memories of hip hop was in Godwin, North Carolina, believe it or not, in my Aunt Eva's living room watching Supersonic Force. It's the so my first video I can remember. That's my first video I can remember. And then when I came to visit Jersey, it was that joint Jamone, Wicka, 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 Wicka. They had the silver boots on and shit. You know what I mean? Silver boots.
Yeah. Yeah, you came right in that moment, and I was born in '79, so I didn't hit the first few years of hip hop, but I promise you, like those were the moments, and I really wish I was there in those moments because they just did things different, and it just made it so cool. Yeah. And I know you seeing that, looking like, yo, what's this? That's the coolest thing for me, you know. So that's dope. That's dope. That's a dope origin. And you know how hip hop got its start, you know. Legendary DJ Kool Herc. Much respect to him. He actually recently won an award that Tempo CEO Mr. Frederick Morton handpicked him to win. Okay, so he'll be getting the honor of distinction and commander in Jamaica for pioneering hip hop. So it's a lot to the origins of hip hop, and we really need to give people their flowers while we here, which is why I do these interviews and I introduce myself to people. I know you, right, but this is a different way for me to understand like who you are as a person. Hip hop, it changed life for people. It was a world recognized genre, and it came from one person who lived in Jamaica and came over here to the Bronx, brought his ideas and thoughts and things that he was doing over there in Jamaica, brought it to the Bronx and said, I'm gonna try something. And it was different. And they hated him for it, and everybody got, you know, everybody had but you cannot change the story and the origin. So your story is yours, you know, you gotta own that. And I see that in the docuseries. Right. Without even knowing a whole lot about your hip hop history, right, I see that. If you really watch and paint the picture. So talk to me about that. You know, why was it so important for you to put out a docuseries and base it on New Jersey?
All right, so back when we first started documenting this documentary, like I said, it was wrote out in 2005, began taping in 2006. I'm a barber. For those who don't know, I'm a barber. I'm also, you know, known for putting a lot of energy into barbering. And, you know, outside of barbering, everyone, you know, every barber has their own culture that they represent. And one of the cultures that I represent is hip hop. So I was that guy that you love to debate with, you love to argue with. I'm that guy. You get what I'm saying? I go verse for verse, song for song. Yeah. And it was during the time when the DVD era, when Smack, Cocaine City, the Come Up DVD, and that's what inspired me to do this. And so originally it was just going to be a DVD, and I eventually turned to a documentary, and it was being taped from 2006 until 2010. In 2010, I told KG from Naughty, like, look, man, I got this footage, I'm ready to put it out. He said, bruh, don't even rush to put it out, because the greatest documentaries involve time. If you quick to put it out, it'll just be another DVD, hearing and going to here today and going tomorrow, you know. So, and that's how it started.
The advice came from KG from Naughty by Nature to put this in a capsule. Listen, Ray, that was on some Kanye stuff. I know you saw the Kanye West the series on Netflix. That's me put my foot in the gas. That's you right there, bro. Like that's like, oh man, Shike, yes, Kuda. And say his name again. Chike. Is that how you say it?
Well, I'm mostly seeing Kuda.
Yeah.
I didn't hear Chike name. So
yeah.
Kuda and Chike,
that's incredible thinking forward, because we don't know. We did not know we were going to be sitting here today on August 12th, you know, having this conversation in this way and being able to produce it and put it out here for the masses the way we were recording it back then. And that's and it wasn't wasted. Like you know how you take some pictures and you got them in your phone or you got them and they just go away. Right. This stuff is capsulated, and KG said you better wait. You better put it all together because it's going to be what you need it to be when it needs to be that.
He probably don't remember.
He probably don't. Because these are things I'm sure y'all just having conversations just like Ray, chill out. Don't do that. It's gonna be another DVD, right? Like I can see this conversation happening, and that's such powerful advice. And to anybody who is starting any journey or documenting a journey, you know, don't rush it. It's really powerful advice because there's a story. There is a start. There's a middle, and you know it could be an ongoing story. I mean, we're only 50 years old with hip hop. That's young. Right. That's young. So it's got a lot of time, you know, to keep going and evolving in this genre. So I just think that's incredible. That KG, have you has he been involved? You know, as far as like, have you put him in? You know, any like forefront? Is he highlighted in the series in any way? Can you talk a little bit about? Yeah, because I see the smile. Hold on.
Well, one shout out to KG from Naughty. He was the most hyped at Rock the Bells when Latifah brought out Naughty Back Together. He was the most hyped from what I saw. And actually, I was a barber at one of his good friends he grew up with. Shout out to my OG TJ from TJ's Barbershop. 6th Ave, known as Fat T. You know, he put me on, and that's how I met KG. And when I started to do the documentary, KG volunteered to be my first interview for the documentary. So that's how I got it started. It was KG first. Vinny was the second interview spontaneously, and because he walked into the studio. And once people heard that Naughty was involved, next thing you know, I was interviewing damn near every week. Yeah. You know, that summer. So yeah, so that's how it started. And by the way, for those who have saw part 1, Naughty is being that Naughty has such an impact. It was too tight to put Naughty all in one episode, one chapter. Right. So Naughty is highlighted, but part 1 honors Tretch. Is highlighted on part 2, but it honors Vinny. So of course it's only right that on part 3 it's highlighted Naughty in full circle. It honors KG, which was actually the first interview. So you will see the first interview for this documentary of KG on part 3. K, holla at me.
The first shall be last. Okay, that's a beautiful way to tell the story from the end. You like that's so hip hop, y'all. That's such a bar, like for you to do that in the way you presenting this to the people. And there's so many people that don't understand that New Jersey has some of the most incredible hip hop artists on the planet. And some people don't even know that they're from Jersey, you know, because we just don't. It's just like we from Jersey. We from Jersey. We don't brag and boast about that part of it. We probably should, but we just from Jersey, and we some hot ass artists. That's just how we have always been. We've always embodied just our skills, as just who we are as artists. You as a barber, you know, him as a rapper, me as a DJ, like that. That's just who we are. I love that about Jersey. And what's gonna be really cool, Ray, is how we can find, and I know we're gonna find, because Hip Hop Origins has now put me on assignment to find Caribbean hip hop artists. So I don't know how many Caribbean hip hop artists are from New Jersey, and I'm sure that there are. So if you out there and you listening, please get at me because I need to talk to you. You know, this is not just about the Caribbean artists, but the focus for the show is to tell you guys where the roots come from, and it's from the Caribbean. I know we gotta argue that. We might have a debate about it. Ray, you might be feeling a little different about that. Like it's origin part of hip hop. Are you in agreement that the origin of hip hop, the root of the person who founded hip hop as a genre, is in the Caribbean? Would you agree or disagree with that? And don't feel like you need to agree because you're sitting here.
So when it comes to origins of hip hop, right? Hip hop culture. Listen, the culture. Where's Kool Herc from? Jamaica. Listen, and the vibes and the rhythm, the origins are from where? Jamaica. And that's his core, which influenced the culture that we represent. Right. Now, when it comes to rap, rap is different.
That's different.
rap was in like the 50s and the 40s. Scat, scat, scat. Remember the guy that they got on Instagram that looks like Lil Baby?
Yeah.
He was ripping it. Scat, scat, scat. He was ripping it. So hip hop, the culture, and rap is two different things. Is that rap became a big part. Rap wasn't actually the start of hip hop, but it became a major part of hip hop. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I gotta call a spade a spade.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that answer. I like that because it is a conversation. It has been a big debate. New York, of course, and then there's a debate in New York itself. Who started it? This borough or this borough? So it's always a good conversation because it definitely brings us all back to the essence and the origins of of hip hop and how things kind of came to be. And this this year being so monumental, I actually saw, and it was like I almost got I really did get chills because seeing like the first breakdancer downtown at the NJ Pack show with Curtis Blow. That's incredible. The twins, who started this evolution of breakdance. I didn't even know half of these people existed. So it's just really cool to see like how everything kind of came, and now here we are, and now here you die. Crazy Legs.
That was his last performance for the
What really?
They said that was gonna be his last performance.
Last performance for Crazy Legs, and then Run DMC too. Last performance was last night. Yeah, we definitely we have definitely seen some things in hip hop. But thank you, because what you're doing is allowing us to continue to see it, and for generations that's to come, they'll continue to see it. We will not be missing any parts as long as we have people like you doing what you're doing. So it's just so dope, and I really do appreciate you and your contribution to this. That's that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's important.
Right. And we appreciate your contribution as well, because if it wasn't people like your position in the platforms that you have for us, the voice will not be heard.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, listen, it's all about playing your position,
People on the people that, let me say this. Like, I think that we have to really stop, putting ourselves over here and putting that person over there. You got to put people on, because otherwise we just doing ourselves a disservice. I can't sit here and know what you're doing, be passionate about hip hop, and not, and that's why when I saw you at the New York Film Festival this last year, this summer, I was like, Ray, we got to chop it up. We need to talk. Like I'm doing this hip hop show, you're doing this documentary. This is something that they need to hear about, and we really all need to come full circle. There's artists in the Caribbean right now, who are looking to be heard. There's somebody that's going to be inspired to tell a story, or maybe have already started doing what you were doing in that space, and now we get to see that. So I like to see the turn of the events and how all things, the historical stuff, come about. But before we move any further, so hip hop origins, we talked about how we tell the stories. What's a story that you can give us with the regards to, we're sticking to the docu-series, but like give us a story. The KG story is really good though. Give us something like that, maybe just like you didn't expect that happened, during the filming, or just a wow moment. Like I want to just hear like some epicness that went on, because I know you had some moment that was just like, yo, I didn't think that was gonna happen, and it could be good or bad. I'm sure it's gonna be good though.
So. All right, so one of the moments I can remember is two. I remember when I was on Hawthorne, 2006, November 2006, and on Hawthorne, and I'm interviewing Do It All, who is now known as Councilman Do It All Dupree Kelly, right? I told y'all he was going to win.
Yes.
So I remember when I'm interviewing him, and as we're talking, he said, "Hold up." And he was looking, and you'll see on part one, and we had to relocate because somebody was whipping out bangers on somebody, chasing somebody down the street with the banger. So we had to move, and it's funny because guess who just drove, but guess who drove past either right before or right after it happened? Guess who drove past?
Who's that?
Shaq. Shaq was in the hood that night in the truck. So that shit was funny. It was like all in the same moment, like. Oh, shit, niggas whipping out bangers.
Right.
Oh, shit, they go Shaq. You know what I'm saying?
At that point, was Shaq was he Shaq?
Oh, absolutely. Shaq was already the man, if I'm not mistaken, with the Lakers already, with Kobe tearing shit up on the court. And another one was shout out to Dirt.
Crazy.
Shout out to Dirt of Gilla House. Dirt is the one that put me onto the Redman interview at Roller Coaster Studios. It was up in Livingston, and I didn't know that it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a regular studio. I thought it was a recording studio, recording music. Come to find out, it was a film studio where MTV production produced the Redman Put It Down video for the Red Gone Wild album. And remember Viva La Bam?
Yes.
They were there. They were co-hosts in the video, so they were all there. It was funny as hell.
That's awesome.
And that shit was crazy.
That's awesome. And see, a lot of these stories, like I said, some people don't even know Shaquille O'Neal is from Jersey. He's from Newark. He's from Newark. He has businesses right here in New Jersey, and to this day, okay. And y'all know Shaq is a businessman. You'll see Shaq's face on everything. You turn around, Shaq selling flip flops. Shaq will sell it. Okay, listen, shouts to Shaq. That's a dope. Those are dope stories, and I love. Like I said, hip hop is all about the story. Man, this has been really good. I'm really happy for you, Ray, and I'm very excited for part 3. So you're doing the editing, like your production wise. Who's doing the editing? You're doing the editing, right? Yep. Wow. Yep. Wow. I do editing too, so I know the task that is, and you got a life to live. I'm sure you family and all that other stuff going on. So when do you expect it to be ready?
I expect part 3 to be ready this fall. And part 1, shout out to DJ Redline. DJ Redline was also part of my production team at the time with our show called 90s versus 2000 type of vibe. Barbershop talk where we discuss, debate, and pay homage to hip-hop culture. You see that in the intro of the documentaries. He also helped me figure out the formula for part 1. So, of course, the first one is always going to take the longest to figure out the formula. And then I just took the formula and ran with it. And, part 2, and now we have part 3. So right now I'm currently editing part 3, but at the same time, I'm trying to fit in a little more last-minute interviews. And if not, it'll be on part 4.
Okay. This series is going to go and go and go and go. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, hip-hop is not going anywhere, so I feel like you can even continue it with the new things that's going on. I mean, there's other movements too. We talk about hip hop and what hip hop does, culture wise. It expands out. Like there's Jersey Club. There's different type of things that I think can evolve. Big shouts to Unicorn. He's on there. Is he on there? Yep. That's Unicorn on the other side of Newark. Y'all don't even understand. We need to get Unicorn up in here. That's a different breed. Okay, that's a different breed. He might be my Caribbean connection, too, because while he's not Caribbean, he is African. Anyway, I'm over here churning because he has a vibe. He does Jersey Club rap, right? Yeah. And the first to do it. When you talk about somebody who literally has started something that people were like, what you doing? And now everybody doing it, bro, shouts to Unicorn. I've been literally a fan of Unicorn since YouTube. I tell him this every time I see him. I fell in love with that kid because content-wise and just creatively, he embodies so much of what Jersey is. You're seeing it now. Exactly. Fashion, music. He definitely he's definitely a leader in that. So I just have to give you your flowers, Unicorn, and we're gonna definitely have to talk to him soon. But I'm glad to hear that you are on part 3, right?
Part 3. We're trying to.
Yeah, that's dope.
We're trying to knock some hit boys to join.
Yeah, we got to. We listen. Well, anything y'all need, from us as far as promotions and just getting y'all out there, we would love to see it on the network. I'm sure, we can definitely put that in the mix, in the Hip Hop Origins mix. We need to add in some new flavors. And you definitely know where to find it. Right. You documented it. Right. You put it down. You feel me? So you somebody we need to be talking to. So this is Ray Landski, y'all. But before we go, we gotta ask our questions. These are the real questions that's gonna let us know who Ray Landski is. Okay. Top 5 albums in hip hop.
Top 5 albums in hip hop. Illmatic without saying, right? Raising Hell, The Purple Tape, NWA NFL, The Chronic, and I have one more, right?
You got one more.
One more?
Even if you don't, it don't matter.
One more?
Yeah, go.
Muddy Waters.
Ooh. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hold on. Just keep on. Yep. All right.
There you go.
Cool. That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go. That's
All right,
top 5.
All right, let's see. Favorite hip hop song, like, and I don't be debating about this. Just give me the favorite one, the one that's a go to all the time. Look, you ready? You like, give me that mic.
Uptown Anthem.
Ooh.
Uptown Anthem.
Yeah, Lee. Okay. Yeah. Last but not least, and this might be one that's difficult, but I think you might have this one in the bag. Favorite hip hop lyric or bar?
Favorite hip hop lyrical bar. You can't put your vest away. You say you wear it tomorrow because the day afterward they were saying, damn, I was just with him yesterday. Jay-Z, where I'm from.
Ooh. He's cut my hair. Shout out to Exclusive. Listen, I still got my hat, okay? Because I just love this man. He is so dope. I mean, his vibe, his hip-hop vibe, he walks it, he talks it, he breathes it. His hip-hop origins is embedded, okay? So y'all make sure you check out. Where can we watch the docuseries? Where can we watch it? I definitely need to know that.
Hey, listen, I thought you never asked. You heard that? Listen, I'm going to say is this. The process will be done within these 2 weeks. Within these 2 weeks. Within these 2 weeks, we're going to announce the platform that you can go on and watch Part 1 and Part 2. You got to respect the legends of hip-hop legacy. Jersey's Impact Part 1, Jersey's Impact Part 2, and Jersey Impact Part 3 is on the way. Also, for the rest of the world, I want to let you know, for those who call me East Coast bias and Jersey bias, that's true. However, make no mistake about it. If you heard what I just said, NFL, I love West Coast hip hop. I love Southern Texas. Shout out to H-Town. And believe it or not, it just starts with Jersey because I'm from Jersey. But you gotta respect, it's also currently venturing out to, I'm just going to give you this hint, New York. We have New York interviews set up. We actually have some vintage New York interviews set up, actually. You know, shout out to one of my favorite songs. Shout out to the pioneer who made one of my favorite songs besides Uptown Anthem, which is Engine number 9 on the New York Transit line. If my train rolls off the track, pick it up. Back on it. Listen, the choice is yours. Drez. And I saw something that he was doing the documentary himself, so I have footage of you, Drez, that I can throw it to you as well. But however, we're going to venture to New York, and I'm more excited. I'm also excited about the New York Texas connection the Jersey Texas connection, because I'm very we're preparing to interview Royal Flush. Now, when I say Royal Flush, I don't mean Royal Flush from Queens. Shout out to Royal Flush from Queens because that shit was fire. Cubic Connection, Flexing, Wildin', Sippin' Don P by the gallon, Queen Stallion, Ice Stop but Darling. Nori's cousin, he rose with Mike Geronimo, right? But I'm not talking about Royal Flush from Queens. I'm talking about Royal Flushes, who is Jay Prince's first group that he signed, and they actually blew up before Ghetto Boys. And they're from Jersey. They're from Trenton. So shout out to Jay Prince and shout out to Rap A Lot. Shout out to Trenton, New Jersey. Wise Intelligent. We're still trying to lock down that interview with PRT and Wise Intelligent. You know, so get ready for that. And the whole thing is the whole thing is we just want to take, you gotta respect and document hip hop, whether it's a solo documentary that's in the works for a certain artist, I can't say right now, or whether it's a group or whatever. But the whole goal is to, just give you one of the most creative, fresh, dope energy documentaries. It's the same, and the energy. For those who don't know, if you watch the documentary, the footage energy comes from the Smack DVD. The energy comes from, the origins of hip hop, as far as like the old school, also the '90s. The energy also comes from Griselda. And I say Griselda because Griselda brought street hip hop back to hip hop. You get what I'm saying? And with an artistic form, very creative. So shout out to West Side Gun. Shout out to my new favorite rapper, Stove God Cook, Reasonable Drought. If these kitchen walls will talk, so Benny the Butcher. Shout out to one of the best new lyricists is Conway, and they do it in the creative form. So all that energy, you put that in the pot. You got to respect the legends of hip hop legacy.
The story has to be told by us. We cannot let others tell our story, y'all. It's so important. Right. So this is just that. And so your response to it, I respect this. I don't know who had the nerve, because I definitely know that you embody more than just East Coast. This is a legendary movement, and you give much respect to it all. So I thank you. I thank you for your time. Absolutely. I ain't finished yet. We're gonna let Ray give his shout outs because I know he's been working with a ton of people. So I'm gonna give him his chance to give his shout outs. Also tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. They can follow up with you. And we're gonna make sure we all streaming. You gotta respect the legends of hip hop, okay?
All right. First of all, I want to shout out to DJ Amazing Grace. You get what I'm saying? Coincidentally, she has the same name as my favorite Aunt Grace. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Aunt Grace. She was the greatest. You get what I'm saying? And my father, birthday is 8/11. So my father's birthday the same day as hip hop. My father met my mom's. My father met my mom's at Mr. T's barbershop on South Orange Avenue, and they had a barber. So shout out to Mr. T, rest in peace, Mr. T. They had a barber. I want to shout out first of all, I want to shout out the people who were there in the beginning of creating this project. I want to shout out Leah and the G. I want to shout out Tasha Dyer. I want to shout out Ed Reed, Jason Lee of The Other. I want to, my wife. She definitely held me down during this process. Also want to shout out Alquan Spencer, who was there, and then years later he became a part of the production. Scudder Spence, who was part of the music production. DJ Redline, who was a part of the video production. I want to thank, special shout out to the Hip Hop Commission. I know people see the shirt Back to the Lab, and you might have seen it. Back to the Lab, they are the source of, I call it hip hop time, because every day they would tell you on Instagram, listen, this day, this rapper dropped this video, this rapper dropped XYZ.
I followed them too.
Right,
yeah.
I was with them.
Yeah.
Right, that's my guy.
That's the dude right there.
Dame, I was with them at Rock the Bells, and we also went to the Book of Hove. Shout out to Dame of Back to the Lab. Shout out to the whole Hip Hop Commission, Cher, Freddie, my guy from Queens, Far Rock, my guy Chop It Up Rich. Shout out to Tribe Borough, shout out to Rockabye, the whole Hip Hop Commission. Everybody want to know where I'm from. I'm born in Newark, first raised in North Carolina, but when it comes to Newark, best believe I'm from First Street, 195 First Street, better known as the Spies. You get what I'm saying? So shout out to my family, the Spies. I got family from all over. North Carolina, East Orange. PA. Shout out to my PS, Elizabeth. A lot of people don't know my cousin is Sean Hartwell. You get what I'm saying? So I got hip hop is in me. You get what I'm saying? So it is. And shout out to the artists that gave me the opportunity. Shout out to Naughty by Nature. Shout out to Lords of Underground. Shout out to to Rod Digger and Redman. Also, special shout out to he is the Emery of Newark. That's Pop 211. Pop 211. Shout out to him. Shout out to Hackensack Brewery, Ultra Mag. You get what I'm saying? The illest vintage mesh videos. You know, so and shout out to everybody that supported this project so far. This project is a pot of gumbo, you know, that consists of everyone's contribution, and it's just growing and growing. And also, for all of you, gotta respect on Instagram, on YouTube, right? And get ready for the announcement of the platform that it will be premiering on. And also, shout out to I Mean It for I Mean It Thursdays. That was the last interview as well. A Squad Radio, Kevin Lawrence from V Music Box, Thermal Sounds Radio. Shout out to everybody that supported this project. I promise you won't be disappointed, and I'm currently making part 3 even bigger.
That's what's up.
Thanks to the Most High.
That's what's up, man. That list is gonna keep growing. So the next interviewer, just sit back. That's a beautiful thing when you have so many people who are involved in your process and what you're doing. Y'all have no idea. I mean, I'm sure you do, but it's not easy. Life is a collective team effort. It's a collective team effort. If y'all didn't catch that, and put it on a shirt. Life is a collective team effort. Nothing.
That's why you always say it takes a village.
It takes a village to raise a child.
It took the whole Barbados to raise Brianna.
Come on. Listen, he preaching now. He ready to preach, y'all. He ready to preach. Y'all have to definitely follow up and get caught up. We just gonna say you need to get caught up, because if you haven't seen it, it's okay. It's coming to platforms, and we will announce it. Tempo will let you guys know, and I will update you. Ray, thank you again, bro. I appreciate you.
And shout out to all my barbers.
And shout out to all the barbers that keep us looking fresh. I ain't gonna take my hat off, because I'm gonna go get in the chair in about 5 seconds after this interview. Yo, anything else you want to say before we run up out of here?
Remember this. You're born someone's child. You become someone's parent. You crawl before you walk. You sacrifice before being rewarded. That's levels to this. There's no in between the process. No skipping the process.
I'm going to drop the mic, y'all. Hip Hop Origins TV. We thank y'all for being here. Catch us on the next one. See y'all soon. Stay hip hop, y'all. Peace.